This is a disaster. I alone can fix it. We're going to win bigly. Believe me, it'll be tremendous. Total destruction!
On Donald Trump's 80th birthday, the administration authorized a bloody UFC cage fight to take place directly on the south lawn of the White House. For over 2 centuries, the highly planned geometry of Washington, D.C. has been protected by strict preservation laws, rules designed to ensure that no single leader could treat the Capitol as a personal estate. That tradition ended when unannounced wrecking crews arrived to tear down the historic 1902 East Wing of the White House, reducing a century of civic history to rubble in a matter of days. This isn't standard redecoration. It is the application of a specific real estate developer's logic to the center of American power. When historic masonry is cleared without notice to make room for private events, the White House stops functioning as a public trust and looks like a private development. This transformation begins at the surface, using a specific aesthetic to signal a change in ownership. While the president boasts of 24-karat gold ornaments, investigators found that many of these new Oval Office accents are actually $58 plastic appliques from Home Depot, spray-painted gold to create a temporary illusion of luxury. That same golden branding now extends to the lawn, which has been repurposed as a massive billboard for the UFC, a corporate monopoly run by a close, exclusive ally of the president. But the developer's logic requires more than just a new coat of paint. It requires bypassing the professionals who usually maintain national landmarks. Consider the Lincoln Memorial Reflecting Pool. A $14 million no-bid contract was awarded to a company that usually paints highway culverts, but had previously worked on the president's private golf course. The result was a disaster, bubbling blue resin and an immediate algae bloom. When citizens, including a 67-year-old former Olympian, merely touched the peeling paint, they were met by this stern police line and arrested for destruction of property. These petty arrests and public spectacles serve a purpose. They create a noise that distracts from the illegal redirection of taxpayer millions to unqualified loyalists. For a developer, the biggest obstacle to a massive project isn't the cost, it's the referees who enforce the rules. To clear the way, the administration purged the Historic Commission of Fine Arts, firing the experts and replacing them with loyalists who exist solely to approve the president's vanity projects. This new board quickly signed off on the United States Triumphal Arch, a 250-foot structure designed to dominate the D.C. skyline and permanently imprint the president's name on the Capitol. We saw the same pattern at the Kennedy Center, where the president's name was forcibly added to the facade, bypassing Congress to turn a national arts venue into a personal billboard. With the referees gone, the administration can proceed to the most irreversible part of the plan, creating facts on the ground through sudden demolition. This architectural diagram shows the original bait and switch. The administration promised a $200 million privately funded ballroom to justify clearing the historic East Wing. But hidden inside a massive Senate bill was the real project. That surface ballroom is just a shed for a $1 billion taxpayer-funded bunker and hospital complex being built 6 stories underground. By labeling a vanity project as a national security priority, the administration creates a legal solvent that instantly dissolves all requirements for public transparency and financial oversight. The result is a White House that has been transformed from a shared museum of democracy into an impregnable, personalized fortress. History shows us that when leaders lose the trust of the public, they inherently retreat into bunkers disguised as grand monuments. Vladimir Putin relies on a massive underground complex in the Krasnodar region, using pre-recorded video to maintain an illusion of governance, while isolated from his own people. And in 1935, Adolf Hitler commissioned a grand ballroom as a cover story for the underground bunker where he would eventually spend his final days. Reclaiming the Capitol requires the courts and Congress to reassert the power of the purse now, before the People's House is permanently converted into the private estate of an unaccountable executive.
This is a disaster! We're gonna fix it! Believe me, it's tremendous! Nobody does it better!